Robin.
We got Paul Mooney on the hotline.
Oh.
Mr. Mooney.
Hey, good morning.
Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. You haven't been around in a while, sir.
Well, you know, what goes around comes around. I'm around now, so it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
There you go.
We're trying to figure out what happened at the comedy club, because what's coming out is kind of sketchy.
Oh, what's the sketchiness? What are they saying?
Well, we want to know how it all went down, because I guess you had 20 people leave the club.
They were saying you were being insensitive, Paul.
And all we know is you said white people in Boston deserved what they got, and it was okay to lose a few limbs, and as long as no blacks got hurt, it was okay.
Oh, that's not true.
See, I knew they took that out of context.
Yeah, that's why we're getting you on the phone, because we're all assuming there had to be more to this.
Oh, it was more to it. It was a inside job. It was a setup. It was the police.
You're thinking conspiracy.
No. The police did it. They did it before a long time ago. They had a hit out for me. I mean, not a mental hit, not a physical one. Yeah, and because they're all a bunch of they're into occults. It's got a whole bunch of things. They're into religion, cults about it, white power, Ku Klux Klan. I mean, they're into a whole bunch of stuff. And a lot of them, a couple of them work at the club. They have those tattoos from jail on their neck. That white power and that insanity. This is what I said. I started out because for the opening act, actually made jokes about it before I did.
Oh yeah.
Okay? And that was okay because it was like a setup. Because a lot of the people that were there, was a lot of blacks too, were friends of his, and all of a sudden everybody was sensitive, about it. So they were heckling me. It's too soon to talk about it.
Wow.
Give it 3 weeks, because what I had said was, that, let me think of her name, that old, she's gone now, that Jewish lady that a long time ago when they used to blow up things in Israel, remember? In this late, I think it all started right in 1939, but she had said that Israel was a school for the world.
Golda Meir?
Yeah, she said it was for the world. That there was a school that America and the UN and everybody was phony, and it was all about money, and it was a school to teach people how to blow up things, with this terrorist crap. Way before we knew 9/11 anything about it. She said, I want you guys' help. She said, you guys are not helping me. I mean, they also shot her and put her in jail. Everybody forgets this. Because she was going around the world.
You're like Alex James Earl Jones.
Yeah, kind of like, you're right. So anyway, she said that this was our future. It was the world's future. Because she was traveling around telling everybody she wanted them to help her. She said, you think it's going to stay here? She said, germs spread. They don't stay in one place. It's like if your body tells you have cancer and you ignore it, that eventually you're going to die. She said, so this is our future. This 9/11 and everything else about terrorists. She said, if we don't stop it now, it's going to spread like a disease.
Yeah.
She said all this, and I said all that way before I made the joke about it. They knew. I gave them the buffer before I said what I said. And I said that we were getting I said myself too, what we deserved, because we didn't listen to her. We didn't help her. And I said her predictions came true.
But did you preface it by saying white people got what they deserve?
No.
Oh, okay, because that's what people are saying that you said, yeah.
Right.
No, I said we, all of us.
You're saying almost like when Kennedy got shot and Malcolm X said it was the chickens coming home to roost, talking about the violence. You're saying that we collectively kind of deserve what we get because we didn't cut it off when we could have.
Right, because we didn't stop it. Listen, you go for bad before it happens. You don't go for bad after it happens. Mm-hmm. Because America, come on. Before 9/11, did we go for bad? No.
Not really, no.
After 9/11, we went for bad. Okay?
Now, how did you
go to the airport? You go to the airport and they pat you down. They do all this stuff to you. They should have been doing all that stuff before that happened.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
How did you, Paul? How did they tell you that they were like? Did they let you know that night? Hey, we don't want you to come back tomorrow. Or how did that happen?
No. They all knew. No, they did it. They did it the next day. But I knew that night.
Oh, you did?
My crew and everybody I was with, and I called my manager, and I said it. And I also said it on the radio show, because they asked me about Negrodamus. I was on some radio show, and they said, let Negro Dominance make some predictions. And I said, here are the predictions. I said, because with this incident happening with these bombers and all this stuff, I said, they're going to cancel one of my shows. I know it already. I said, if I even mention it, I said, it's going to get them all crazy. So it's a setup. They already know. Look, first of all, I'm not, I mean, who do they think they're coming to see? I'm not Mickey Rooney, okay?
No.
I'm Paul Mooney, and they know, you get what you get. I mean, listen, I talk about, my whole thing is, I talk about what's happening, and I talk about it. And it wasn't like, one little thing I said a bunch of stuff, and I talked about a bunch of stuff. I talked about slavery, I talked about the Indians, I talked about a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
So were you surprised? Were people walking out? Were they friends of the opener, the ones that were walking out and objecting?
Yeah, they came to see him. Oh, yeah, I already know it. Because he was out talking to them. And there were people in the club who were also talking to them.
Okay. So you think that they just panicked? You think the club was angry at you, or that they panicked and worried it was going to be bad repercussions?
No, a lot of email came in. The police came. A lot of email came in. Too soon. It was too sensitive. It was a setup. And listen. You can look. I can't. I've been around long enough to know. You can always tell when it's an inside job. You can always tell. I mean, like when Kennedy was assassinated, inside job. You can always tell. When Lady Di was hit, inside job. Inside jobs, it always is in your backyard. It's always doo-doo, and it really stinks because you do it in your own backyard.
So you feel that they wanted to get you out of there?
I feel they wanted the controversy. The police. These police they are stereotyped, the ones that work there. These big, overweight, huge police officers, And a bunch of them are either married to those black women or they're taking care of them. They're their mistresses. It's very weird. It's very weird. And see, it's not one thing. It's a combination of things.
Now, let me, when they fire, because there's always a weird thing with comics, because you had, I think, a sold-out show. So, do they say, like, we're not paying you, or we're going to pay you on the sellout, we just don't want the hassle?
Oh, no, they can't do that. It's against the law, because you can't worship two gods.
Huh?
Someone, like where you work, that's two things. You can get in trouble for doing that. You can't do that. You can't control that. With a bunch of things, you can't have two things at once. Like in a courtroom, you can't do both. I can't fire you because I think that I hired you to paint my house and you didn't paint it right. And I said, well, I'm going to take your money from the club. I can't do that.
No, so I'm saying the club did pay you for the show that you didn't do.
Yeah, they paid. Yeah, they paid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they paid. It was done already. They had already made the contract.
Right.
I did my job. I showed up. I performed.
Right.
I have to show up, and if I don't perform, then they don't have to pay me. But I performed.
So
and
that's
the
not...
audience. The audience. When they left, the audience applauded. The audience started heckling the people that left.
Yeah, I mean, it is really weird. Like, if you go to see Paul's show, I mean, you're not surprised that he's going to say things that you may or may not find objectionable, but that's kind of part of what you do. And do you think people by this point would know that? If it was your first year of doing comedy, but, after a long time, people know what your reputation is, and if that's what they want to hear, that's what they go for.
Well, a lot of people thought they heard white people. When you said that white people got what they deserved, that seems to be the biggest part of the controversy, as a matter of fact, is the fact that, race was brought into it.
Well, here's the thing. People hear what they want to hear. It's selective hearing. It's like when someone sees a head-on collision, everyone sees what they want to see.
Right.
Psychiatrists have said that. They see what they want to see, and they hear what they want to hear. It's selective hearing.
So, but that wasn't said at all? No? White people? No.
I was talking about white people, but not about... You think I want white people to be blown up and all that kind of stuff? I even said that the dog got blown up, okay? And I said that the dog lovers, I said, if they ever find those people, I said, they'll cook them and feed them to the dogs. You know what I mean? So I mean, look, jokes, when you give a joke, why does an audience why does someone laugh? Someone laughs if there's a bit of truth to it, okay? They'll laugh, even if they don't like it.
Right.
That's what makes them laugh. You know, that's what makes them money. I mean, if we could discuss laughter. What we're really discussing here, and you and I, they're having us talking about race, and we're talking about this, just what they want us to do. Talk about it, to spread the word, the whole thing. The bottom line is, we're really discussing freedom of speech. That's what we're talking about.
Well, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's an underline to that, and it's very scary. And that's what they want to stop. They don't care about race or anything else. That's what they want to stop. Because the comedians are the last gladiators, okay? The arena. We're the last one, you know? And what do they want us to do? Like that movie, hide in a basement somewhere and have people come and sneak and listen to comedy?
Right.
Yeah, I agree. It's a freedom of speech issue, but you know, people do get in trouble up on the stage. We've seen it before. People like Michael Richards, you know, he got pretty much exiled from the stage from what he said.
Tracy got in trouble. Tosh. There's a guy named Joe Coy. A lot of guys are getting flack.
But even with Michael, they don't. I don't know if you were there that night, but they don't tell the whole truth about it. They won't tell the whole truth. They tell what they want to tell.
What did they leave out with Michael? Because we just saw part of the tape. I mean, obviously, I was not there.
The audience was heckling him.
Yeah.
And I said it before, and people they start laughing. There was some gangster gypsies there, and I mean they were real gangsters. They were gypsies, and they were a gang, and they were heckling him.
Yeah.
And it was one of the gypsies' mother who was like, she's a stand-up and she's good, and she really was. She gave him no mercy.
Wait, she's a comic and she was heckling him?
Yeah, she was in the audience. She's the mother.
Wow.
And she's good. She said, "Look, you ain't funny. You ain't never been funny. And on that show, they put everybody around you to make you look funny, and your hair is weird, and you're weird, and get off the stage. And every time I see you, I throw up. You know, I mean, she was really cruel.
He just lost his fucking mind.
She said, the show's off, and on the show you were the darling of the discotheque, and here you're not the darling. So get off. I want to hear some funny stuff."
Wow.
See, that kind of makes me. Why would she heckle him from the audience though? As a comic, why would a comic yell at another comic with that?
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
Oh, no, it can, listen, first of all, an audience is in total control. My audience applauded and started heckling the people that left.
But the people that were there to see somebody else, they probably didn't know what they were in for.
Yeah, but they start cursing them out and telling them to get out and go home, and they started using my jokes. They started using my jokes to heckle them.
Wow.
That's how my audience knew me. They started using my jokes. Yeah.
I believe that it could get, one or two people Twitter something, because you talk about white people, so you might have been saying something earlier, and they just tie it in and say, well, that's what you're saying. And I know how the dumb audience can get it wrong.
This one tweet's getting around like it is exactly what happened. That's not fair. Is there a tape of your performance that you can prove that you didn't say that?
Listen to you, that I can prove it. Isn't that funny?
No,
I'm not on trial.
No, but not just for your Paul, I'm on your side. I'm just saying for your livelihood, because obviously this is going around as fact. So then you push back by going, well, here you go, motherfucker. Instead of just taking my word for it, I got a tape of what I actually said. I'm on your side. I believe you, but unfortunately, a lot of people don't, because they're just going with the one tweet that's out there.
But they don't care. Same thing happened to me at the Apollo when they threw me off the stage there. Same thing happened. They wanted me to prove that. Well, prove it. And I had proof. I had witnesses. I had witnesses. They had a mock trial. I had witnesses come up, comics and people that were in the audience, and they didn't believe them.
I had one time.
They believe what they want to believe.
Well, I had an incident with I had a heckler incident in the cellar that was bad, and I brutalized a couple, and I felt great brutalizing them. And the New York Post was there, and they were going to go with the story, and it was so clear. The audience was completely on my side. They cheered when the couple left, but I could have refuted the story and posted the video. But what happened was I said something far worse than the reporter picked up that probably would have given me a problem. As the guy was walking out, I said something fucking barbaric, and I couldn't post it because I actually had a bigger mouth than she fucking thought.
No kidding.
But I see how you can have a moment like that, And I couldn't believe that this reporter saw it the way she did when everybody else saw it differently. But so I could definitely see how that happens where somebody in the crowd gets it wrong.
Right. All right.
Well,
I mean,
also you could have people there that have a hard-on for you, and have from a long time ago you may have said something to them, you know?
Yeah.
And they can be fast. They have it in for you. Listen, first of all, people love for you to be up so they can cut you down. That's a part of it, you know? And the audience is really, and you know that, they're like a pack of wolves. They can't turn.
So in the end, you don't care if people don't believe you. That's fair enough.
Yeah. Well, it's not about that. It's about what I do.
Right.
I mean, I'm a comedian. The bottom line is I'm a comic. No matter what I say, I'm a comic, okay? That's the bottom line. I've been that for a very long time. So, and of course, controversy, all this stuff. Yeah, it's controversy. But listen, I'm not a terrorist, okay? I'm not a terrorist. I'm not any of those things. I don't. How do I hate myself, okay? I come from slavery. I have white blood in me. I come from Louisiana. I'm a Geechee, black or white. It's all the same. What I hate myself?
Right.
I mean, it's all stupid.
Is there anything that happens, like at times, as comics, we do, with the climate we're in right now, is there ever times where you'll say things or have those moments where you're like, ugh, this is going to be bad? Even though you still are comfortable saying what you say, do you ever have those moments where you're like, fuck, is this one going to give me a bigger problem than I kind of was expecting?
Well, not really, because I'm not caught up in my own world. I just get up and do what I do.
Right.
Okay? All right? I get up and do what I do. I mean, I remember one time I did a show, and it was all women, it was all females, okay? Those women that, that men are sexes and this and that, and women should rule, that Wonder Woman crap. I went, and I said, oh my God, this is going to be, to myself, scary. And I said some things about women's rights, and the women went crazy. They stood and they applauded me and said I was right. I said, a bunch of you are uncle women. You talk all this stuff about women being in charge, and a bunch of you are like blacks being Uncle Toms. You just kiss that man's butt. Do anything he wants to do, just to stay in for the money or whatever. I said, he's a sexist. You know it. You live with it. You know what he's about. But you just go along with it because either for your kids or for money. So, and they stood up and they applauded, And so it's listen, it doesn't have. Sometimes an audience is all black. There's no whites, okay? And they can be offended because they're Americans, and you're living in a place where people are. But the color of their skin doesn't say what they're going to be about. People think, oh, they're black, so they're for this. They can't. They can be black. Their skin can be black, and their brain can be white, or vice versa.
Ooh. Well, it's like KRS-One said something after 9/11. I think he had said something about how he said that, well, the terrorists weren't targeting us, meaning black people. He said they were targeting like white people in suits, and he got a lot of shit from that. I mean, and it was not just from white people. A lot of blacks were very angry that he said that too.
Yeah, well, I'm saying people get offended. Look, people come out of homes and what happens to them, and things that go wrong, and their relatives, and at school, and their teachers, and people got a lot of things in their brains that they don't even know. And then they subliminate. We get brainwashed. You know that.
Yeah.
I mean, they brainwash us to think and to react the way. The people who are in charge of politically, who are in charge of the country, want us the way they want us to think. So it's crazy.
Well, thank you very much, Paul. We're very happy we got a chance to talk to you because, I figured there was something else to it. And then, people just get shit wrong all the time, and they paraphrase how they want to paraphrase.
But they do that, but it's wrong to do that to comics. Listen, Jay Leno, David Letterman, the things that they say on that TV and the writers put in their mouth, they say things that are so wild, and they say it to millions of people, okay?
Right.
Millions of people they say it to. I mean, I got, 300 people in the room, or 4, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the messages, just like the message that they sending out about this whole thing with this boy that was here since he was 12, and his uncle, and the this and the that, and he's good looking, he's this, he's that. I mean, sending the wrong message out. Those other nuts out there saying, if I do something crazy, be famous too for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, and nobody should get money off this crazy stuff that they're doing. A book deal, a movie deal, I want to talk, all that. It's all crap, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
These people that people that blow up stuff and do this crazy stuff, they shouldn't get all this attention. It's crazy.
Yeah, somebody pointed that out. It's like we know the bomber's name. They were talking about another incident, but when you think about it, like the guy in the wheelchair whose legs got blown off, we don't really know his name or anything about him or what he's, as a citizen, what he's lost. But we know everything about this hunk of garbage and what his motivation was. And like, who gives a fuck what his motivation was? He's shit.
And saying he's good looking and he's this and he's that. I mean, I'm going, what is this? This is the news. I said, this is disgusting.
Yeah.
You know, these news people should be ashamed of themselves. They should critique these people, what comes out of their mouth. You know, well, they're on TV every damn day. They're on television.
Well, it's funny. The comics are the ones expected to apologize, and the press never has to say they're sorry and they do things that keep the violence going by printing the manifestos and showing the pictures and talking about the motivation, and they never have to explain themselves and they never have to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
No, and you see their energy and they get up. The way they get up, watch them. That's the proof. Rerun them. They just love this. They love it.
Yeah,
right.
It's burning, and I mean, it's flooding. We're underwater, and I can't really talk now because I'm underwater and I'm in New York, and they just love it.
So, are you in New York now?
No, I'm back in California now, and by the time I got here, oh my God! I mean, I've gotten emails. I mean, you know, the world is out there, and that people are. When I got home, when I got to the airport, and then when I came home on the plane, you know, I could tell from those people and the pilot the hate looks that they gave me.
Really?
See,
oh yeah.
Yeah, it is a very controversial thing, but, you know, at least you get the word out there now that, you know, someone got it wrong, as they normally do.
Yeah. And you know what? And people like yourself and your show and your crew and the people, and probably they have a double agent in there with you, working with you too.
Double agent?
I'm sure there's at least one.
Yeah.
We would have been fired years ago.
Okay. No, but that's probably one of the people.
We gave him enough shit.
Yeah.
All right, brother. We'll see you soon, okay, Paul?
All right, Paul.
All right.
Thanks, man.
All right,
Thanks, man. Take care.
Paul Mooney,
Bye.
everyone.
Paul Mooney.
It's just not surprising to me that somebody in the audience, you know what I mean? Like, you say something like that, and they object to the content. They don't like you talking about it, and they get, they Twitter something stupid.
Yeah.
Right. By the way, I thought it was very obvious, but of course, people on Twitter, once again, the whole Nike Boston Massacre shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know they were made for the Yankees and Red Sox rivalry.
Yeah, it was
I thought
beforehand.
everyone knew that. Yeah, of course they were done beforehand, and they're yanking the shirts off the shelves for now.
Yeah. Well, glad I sold my Netflix.
Oh,
right during that phone call.
And
there's a
down a little bit?
There's a black man discussing, you know, the problems of the black man and whatnot. And I'm just offing my fucking stocks like a white person.
And how did you do on them?
Did it go up a little bit before you sold, or down a little bit? Where were you at?
It pretty much stayed where it was during the aftermarket.
Right.
But I cleared 45.
You said the number was going to be lower.
I thought it was going to be about
45 grand.
10 or
you just
15.
made 45 grand?
45 large on Netflix.
In one day?
Crazy. Not even 24 hours.
Do you know what's funny? This is how psychotic.
Yeah.
When you just asked Ant, because I didn't buy Netflix, so when you said up or down, I just realized a part of me was rooting for down. Of course
it was.
Because I didn't buy it.
Of course. You're thinking...
But I don't want to see Ant lose money, but it's just that
you never
that
want
first human nature thing.
I was actually rooting for him today. I was rooting for you today.
I didn't think it was
45 large.
I didn't think it was going up that much. Apparently, they blew the estimates away.
Wow.
They Netflix is doing very well. They got that original programming that they're starting to do. A lot of people are subscribing. A lot of people are just sick of fucking their cable providers. They stink. I fucking go through the channels on my cable system. And the movies are just like, dump, dump, dump. You just keep going through them because there's nothing you want to watch, or it's shit you've seen already 1,000 times. The TV shows that are on suck, and you don't have to watch them when they're on. You just DVR them or on demand them anyway. So as far as watching television anymore, I don't know anyone that does it. It's fucked up. So you want to see a movie that isn't available on your system, you try Netflix out. You go there. Apparently they're doing very well. So
they've figured that whole fucking.
So I heard that their earnings were coming out this morning.
Yep.
Yesterday after the bell yesterday, the earnings were coming out. So I was like, you know what? Let me fucking dump some shit into this and see what happens.
Don't you wish it was that easy every day?
Oh, it would be great.
Is that E-Trade?
Yeah. Earnings are great time. Like, earnings. You gotta, if you could really pay attention to how a company's doing, like it would have been very fucked up if Netflix announced that they had missed the estimates and were doing poorly. Like, so right before earnings, it's kind of a good thing to pop into a company that you probably know is going to do very well. You might not do that well. That I didn't think it was going to go up that much. It went up from $170 a share yesterday, and it's at $215 a share today. That's one day.
And you couldn't share this info with your pals?
I punched in probably at 2 p.m.
How about a little heads up?
I know. I should do that next time.
I did the same. I
did tweet it, though. I tweeted that I was getting into Netflix before the market closed, I think.
I bought a bunch of it.
Yeah?
Mooney was kind of hard to follow. Someone has to say
mind. I don't know what he was saying half that time.
I do.
Was the conspiracy against him or against the fucking bombing?
No, at first it sounded like he was saying that the Boston bombing was a conspiracy in the police.
But he was talking about a conspiracy within the club. They were setting him up to
it's a very difficult situation.
He was saying that there's cops that work there. And again, I've never been to Levity Live, so I don't know who's work who works.
I've been to Levity Live a few times, and I've had nothing but a great experience there. It's a great comedy club. It's too bad they decided to fire Mr. Mooney.
We all know
I don't think you should be firing comics, but
we all know how Mooney is, though. It's like it's ridiculous to think that anything he says is this insensitive thing. It's who he is. It's his comedy. That's what he says. If he even said, white people got what they did, of course he's going to say that. He's Paul Mooney. He's got a history of this. Isn't something new.
Yeah, he says what he wants to say.
It's not fucking Obama heading to the Rose Garden with a podium and fucking saying it.
Right.
It's fucking. It's Paul Mooney.
It really, that's how you know the comedy world is in trouble. When Paul Mooney is getting shit for what he says.
That's the answer for what he said? Fuck that. It's Paul Mooney.
He's been doing it, first of all, for fucking, almost 50 years. He's been doing stand-up.
He's 71.
Is he 71?
He doesn't look 71.
No, wow.
We've had him in studio.
Black don't crack, Opie. Black don't crack.
And he gave you some insight on the Michael Richards situation. Man, we all heard that he was getting heckled, and he just couldn't take it anymore, so he decided to go for the most brutal thing he could say. But I didn't realize it was a comic just completely destroying him from the audience.
That's annoying, though. One of the Gypsy guy's mom is a comic, and there was a big gang, so I guess,
Gang, gang, gang.
Like, what are you heckling another comedian for?
Yeah, leave him alone.
I don't know if we have time for the Ryan Lochte thing.
Ryan Lochte. Now, fucking Apple announces earnings after the bell today.
Yeah.
So now, or is it today or is it tomorrow morning? I think it's today. So now what do? Do I take some of the fucking goodness from Netflix and dump it into some fucking options on Apple? But which way? If Apple misses the mark and dies, I should buy some put options.
I'll tell you why.
Scoop it up.
You got a dinosaur to buy. Don't fuck with your money.
What? No, I already bought my dinosaur.
No, you need another one. I
think I'm going to get another one.
No, you need another one.
I don't think I'm going to get another one.
You need one that's staring...
Triceratops?
You need one that's staring in your second story window.
A brontosaurus?
That would be
Brontosaur? Yeah. A big fucking brontosaurus. My neighbors are just like, what the fuck what is going on?
If the earnings aren't good, they're probably going to go, there's a worm in the apple. Something.
Oh, Apple. Oh, Jesus Christ. He's fucking incorrigible. You know what? Maybe let it ride.
Don't let it ride.
If I take all of it now.
Yeah, what are you, fucking
woman? I
Man up.
Into Apple. Because all I'm doing is betting one way or the other. Is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? Red, black, odd, even.
Oh, let it ride. What the hell?
What are you doing? Buy some Apple. What else are you doing?
Those are cool.
Whoa, that
dinosaurs.
one's really cool. It's a Tyrannosaurus.
It doesn't look like a Tyrannosaurus. I wonder if they really looked like that. Like we always think they're one color.
Yeah,
but I wonder if they were multicolored like that.
That thing is sick looking.
Yeah, it looks fake though.
It does
Yeah,
look
but it's
fake.
kind of cool looking.
It's definitely cool.
It's not one of the more realistic looking ones. You're right.
But do you think that they were like
Allosaurus.
striped like that? Maybe they were.
Is yours mechanical?
No, I wish.
Why don't you get a mechanical one?
That would be cool.
With your 45 large.
Oh man, fucking moving around in the yard. Whoa.
Was that more than $1,000?
Yeah. I'm rich. Jesus. I buy toys.
People want to know if you
It's
made.
decor.
People want to know if you made 12 days.
What?
Did you make 12?
Oh yeah. I'm
People are asking.
I wasn't even thinking about that 12 days. I haven't been counting.
No, you gave us the number yesterday. That's why.
I know,
So
because
we're just adding one onto that.
I remember it was the Thursday before the poker game, like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Or almost 2 weeks ago. So it's, yeah. No, it's not, it's, you know what it is? It's not like sitting there at night going like, but there is a thing where it's like, God, it is so nice to just grab a glass of wine and fucking sit here and, you know, it's like Gervais was saying, to sit down and just have a bottle of wine with you and you're just watching TV, tweeting, sipping some wine. It's just nice.
But that's the way we look like at anything that becomes weird. Like that is nice.
But it hasn't really become weird.
But I mean,
I do have my moments as far as, you know, hangovers go.
That's what I'm saying. That's the part. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's the bad
like,
part?
Yeah. Like we always look at something like for the good stuff and go like, yeah, it'd be nice just to have a glass of wine.
Oh, it is.
Just relax, a little breeze coming in, and I'm toasting a little cheese and crackers. Sure, I'd love a bite. Thanks. You're not having, yeah. Sure. But we forget.
What are we
Like you don't
forgetting?
picture the whole
What part are we
picture.
missing?
It'd be nice to have a glass of wine, vomit, and then ruin my Saturday because I'm in bed for 17 hours. Oh, it'd be so nice to have a fucking cold rag on my face at my age with a fucking splitting headache.
It is true.
In the middle of a beautiful summer day.
Middle of a beautiful day, I'm fucking laying here like a dead person in a fucking $8 million house. We always look at the one fun part of the picture. It'd be nice to tweet in a blackout. It'd be nice to look at my timeline tomorrow and go, who is this monster?
You think Ricky Gervais has that side? That he's
monster.
That he's blowing off?
I don't know.
Because he did make drinking a bottle of wine in front of the TV sound really fucking good.
I've read some Gervais tweets before he says goodnight.
Right.
And you know it's like late over there in England and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's tweeting some pretty ruthless shit to people. So I think he falls into that
category
kind of
a little bit.
Loosens up a bit. But yes, as far as the drinking and being drunk part, I mean, it's all fun. It's great. It's fun.
It's the next day.
But that hangover shit, God, it's the worst.
It'd be nice just to sit down and have a glass of wine, maybe a little bit of cheese.
It is good. Cheese, crackers.
Good. A little bit, not too
Wait,
much.
Jimmy, could you add,
love
could you
that.
add chocolate? I love chocolate with my wine.
Chocolate, maybe.
A little chocolate with my red wine.
Chocolate is good with
Little
some
dark
wine.
chocolate, maybe.
Yes.
And then just go in the pool and repeat the same thing for 5 hours. And repeat it loudly.
Yes, I get louder and louder.
Oh, yeah. That's just to have a wine and stand in the pool and yell, fuck it, who cares? My neighbors love me. Yeah, it'd be really good to just lose all perspective.
I may have done that.
Yeah. It's a Tuesday. Who wouldn't want the music this loud? Fuck 'em, it's summer.
My clothes may still be torn.
That's the part we forget.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Yeah.
Bravo.
It's just the wine,
Yeah.
sure. There's nothing wrong with
Just
that.
the wine.
The hell, I would have it if it was that simple. You know, you sit
Exactly.
down, you have a little glass, some cheese, and watch a movie and Twitter.
Nice,
Yeah,
right?
it sounds fun.
Yeah.
What would happen if you did this, Jimmy?
Exactly. I would start off, and all of a sudden, I would have that moment where I sigh too heavily. And I realize I'm babbling, like, where I'm like, fuck yeah, you know, like... fucking marathon, man.
fucking people.
It's like, really?
It's really tragic.
I don't fucking care.
Then he won't.
Look at his eyes. Look at his
Oh,
eyes.
yeah,
Holy
those-
fuck.
just staring off. And probably rocking a little, like unstable.
Oh, dude.
I never want to see those eyes
no.
for real. That is a scary look.
No.
You muster up, Jimmy.
That's terrible. Now, I think about it, like, oh, that would be nice. And then I just say, like, nah, because I know how nice it is to come in here without a headache.
Yeah.
It's just nice.
Yeah, that's the best part of it is that fucking sickness and that hangover.
Hangovers are terrible.
And now you get
If
to-
there was hangoverless booze, I would be a drunk
Nobody would ever
motherfucker
quit.
all the time.
Nobody would quit if there was hangoverless booze.
Damn.
And it gets harder and harder to shake as time goes on. It's just, it's fucking awful.
Yeah.
It's one thing I love is I never wake up sick like that. Never.
You should rent a 2-year-old to keep yourself sober.
Sure.
Just have someone drop a
Where
2-year-old
does that
over.
store exist? I keep trying.
I went to Cars for Kids. I gave my card. They never gave me a kid.
Yeah, I said 1877 cars for kids. Where is he? I got a cough. I got a van for kids.
Oh.
Yay. Look at the little
dangerous.
dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Wish I had your money. I'd have big dinosaurs in the
All
back.
over the place,
Yeah,
right?
and hula hoops.
Hula hoops?
Yeah, put that around
Yeah.
your hips. Teach you how to move them. Stop being so awkward.
Well, I do, kids, I know people that have kids that come over the house, so
Sure.
they're very very excited about the
yeah, they
dinosaur.
love a good dinosaur. You ought to get the lap puppets. It's where you put them in your lap and you go, give me a dinosaur kiss.
Lap puppets.
Yeah, they come over, they kiss the dinosaur.
Oh.
Jesus.
How come dinosaur have one eye? How come a dinosaur have one eye, Uncle Pa?
With retards?
They get frightened.
They get frightened.
Yeah, kiss the dinosaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, give the brontosaurus neck a kiss.
It's repulsive.
Shut up.
Shut up.
All right.
Robin, Robin, Robin,